We've got another episode from the Cheesehead and the Viking of Homegrown Gridiron, and we have none other than defensive. Is it defensive lineman or linebacker?
Defensive back, so
So
safety.
we've got a safety slash DB
Yep.
for the Centurions, Tyler McShane. Thanks for joining us. And how's your day going so far?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Just working hard. So ducked out for this interview, which is nice. Get a break.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Very nice. So yes, first of all, let's cover the season that just kicked off last week. Because elephant in the room, you guys come out victors 30-6. Unfortunately stopped in the third quarter because of an unfortunate injury to a Gladiators player. We wish them nothing but the best. You hate to see it. But how did you go with the team and how did the defense handle the Gladiators in that first game?
Yeah, it was well, first off, it is pretty upsetting about the Gladiators player. So, yeah, our whole team has best wishes for him and everything. But in terms of the game before the incident, it was coming into our first game off a very extended preseason that got cut off. So we didn't really do the training that we had planned on because, we do film. We went to training as often as we could with conditions. It was a bit of a challenge at the start, but as soon as we got into rhythm, it was okay. Gladiators are a very run-heavy offense, which is...
which would have helped with the wet weather game.
Yes, which helps them with the wet weather game. And then even if they did throw it, it was shit for them. It was way too wet for them. Yeah.
And you guys obviously shut them down because 30-6 and it was 24-6 at halftime. So that's a credit to the defense and especially you guys and the safeties and all that because, you only let in one touchdown compared to them letting in multiple.
Yeah, they did pretty well though. They got I can't remember what the stat was, but they got a lot of running yards as well. They were in the red zone for quite a bit of time. So our guys in front, they locked them down as soon as we got into the red zone and did not let them get through.
Ooh, okay, well, that's fair. And obviously addressing the elephant in the room for this weekend, you guys go up against New Kids on the Block. It's their maiden seniors game last week. They absolutely demolished the juniors Gladiators team, which maybe could be signs of something to go with the seniors team, but that's neither here nor there. But the Gungahlin Wolves, how are you and the team preparing for that game? And welcome to ACT Gridiron Gungahlin Wolves.
Yeah, it's unreal that there's a brand new team because generally what we've had is just a revival of older teams. Maybe they changed the name or something like that. But this is a brand new team. Yeah, from scratch. The juniors game is probably going to be a bit of a hint because it shows the sort of the background.
Professionalism, yeah.
Well,
I mean, their quarterback was a Centurion for the juniors. Jack O'Donoghue.
Yes, he was. Yes. Yeah, so it just kind of shows what they can do. And then from the actual seniors perspective, not so much the whole club, their coach, Jason Ray, he was my juniors coach. So I know that he's a pretty decent coach. I've played against a bunch of them or with a bunch of the other people.
Yep.
So like Brendan
West. So it's more or less going to be mate against mate a little bit.
Yeah, so I've played against a lot of them or played with them. And so I know that a lot of them are decent players, which is going to be...
You got your work cut out for you.
It's going to be rough.
That'll be wicked as. Now, obviously, we've covered those. That's the elephants in the room. Let's hear about your journey about Gridiron. But firstly, what team in the NFL do you follow?
Chicago Bears.
Oh, as a cheesehead, that hurts me. But why? I'll ask why first.
Why? Oh, that's kind of how I started because we've got family friends that live in Chicago.
Yeah.
So they used to come over here all the time. They'd bring merch and stuff. So every single thing.
That makes sense.
Chicago.
Yep, Chicago Bears, Chicago Cubs, all them.
Ooh, I'm a Sox fan, actually.
Oh, you're a Sox fan. Okay.
Yeah, their family's split in half, and I chose the one with the cool-looking colors and logo.
And the better success.
I didn't know that at the time when I was young.
Oh.
But, yes, that is definitely...
fair enough. Now, let's hear your journey. Where did it start, and where's it at now?
Yeah, so... I don't know how, from a very young age, like very, very young, because of the family, friends and everything, I always had some sort of American support for different sports. So I just went.
But you gravitated towards Gridiron / NFL a bit more so?
I was never a fan of, like, in Australia, I've never been a fan of cricket, so baseball wasn't the one.
Yeah.
I didn't actually play rugby. I played AFL.
Okay. Do you follow a team in the AFL? I mean, I know we covered this, but for the podcast stuff, what team do you follow?
The Kangaroos.
Hey, mate, it can't be worse. I follow Collingwood.
Yes. So we came last this.
Hey, but I mean, you may have come last, but hey, you got the first draft pick because of it.
Yes.
But secondly, Collingwood's year has gone to shit, especially with the off-field drama of Jordan De Goey.
Yeah, yes. So at least we don't have that sort of business going on in the background.
Absolutely. Now, sorry, back to your Gridiron Journey. You started basically, cricket wasn't your thing, so therefore baseball wasn't going to be your thing. You played a bit of AFL.
Yeah, and I figured I was good at tackling.
So
I went, this is pretty good. And then we used to play some tackling stuff at school at lunch. So when I was in year 8, I'd play with the year 12s, doing all the tackling stuff. And a couple of them actually played to the Centurions.
Oh, wow.
A couple of them played juniors. And I think one of them was old enough to play seniors or something like that. And so they were like, hey, do you want to come try out? I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Came, tried out. There I am.
Wait, you got in the juniors?
Yes, started playing juniors pretty much straight away.
And how long ago was that, if you don't mind me asking, when you started in the juniors?
I believe my first year, I was looking at it the other day because I had to go through some photos because our club president's doing some stuff.
Yep.
I found photos of myself from 2011, I believe.
Okay. Oh, so
but
this
10
is going
years
to be cut
ago.
out. But you're younger than me.
Yeah. I'm 97.
Oh, yeah, 95. So not much younger than me. Anyway, just going to clap that. So I just clapped so I could know when to end it out. Okay, so you started in the juniors with the Centurions. So you've more or less been Centurions all the way because, as you know, with the Gungahlin Wolves and or Gladiators, players from, they start their journey elsewhere and then they come to a new team sort of thing. But you've been Centurions all the way through. And how's that gone for you so far?
It's gone very well. So I think I played 3 years of juniors, so I have had a few breaks in between.
Yep.
But so I had 3 years of juniors, then I got a illness in my hip bone.
Yep.
I got a golden staph in my hip bone. So
that's no good.
Yeah, we went to the championship, and I couldn't play that last game because the semi-final. I am in too much pain. I dragged myself off, which I will never do.
You did the right thing for the team, though, because like if you'd have been on there, you'd have been more of a detriment than a benefit.
I tried playing that whole semi-final game, and I kept having to come off, and I was like, I'd never come off. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
So I went to hospital, and then after that, I kind of had this thing in the back of my mind that because it was so excruciating pain, it had something to do with gridiron.
Yeah.
It makes no sense because none of it had anything to do with gridiron.
Yeah.
But something in my mind that went,
considering it's such a heavy contact sport, it kind of makes sense. I've done something to my hip. I won't be able to play for a while, maybe ever again, sort of thing.
Yeah. So I didn't play for 2 years after that, I believe.
Oh, wow. How was the conditioning going back from, obviously 2 years, obviously is a big time away from a contact sport. How did you handle the conditioning yourself back to get ready for gridiron?
I kept playing AFL. That's the bizarre thing. It was just a mental thing. I kept playing AFL. I kept tackling in AFL. I kept getting hit in AFL. It was fine.
Maybe it was a mental block for gridiron.
Yeah, it was good. It was a complete mental block saying I can't play because I will get hurt. Even though me getting injured before had nothing to do. It was a fluke illness.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I had 2 months.
So how did you overcome that? The mental hurdle?
Well, my coach at the time, Peter Lilly, he's had a big influence in the Centurions' whole history.
Yep.
But he called me one day, I believe. I was down the coast or something. He called me and he said, "Hey, we've got the ACT Monarchs trials coming up.
Yep.
And I've got 2 coaches coming from America who want to have a look to see if anybody wants to go play in America, play high school." He's like, "You should come back." And I was like, "Oh," he's like, "Just do it." I was like, "Okay."
Just do it.
So
yep.
I started working out, did all the conditioning over the summer. Then, we played ACT Monarchs, which was great fun. We did all the tryouts.
Yep.
At the start of that, I did still have my mental hurdle because I came in and said, I'm going to play quarterback.
Oh.
Then I went, I don't know how to throw a fucking ball. I'm not going to go quarterback. I'll go back to playing corner or safety.
Yeah. Was it quarterback because you were like, I'm not going to get tackled too much. I won't get hurt too much?
Yeah, I'm not going to have to run headfirst into like as many tackles.
Gotcha.
But as soon as I got back onto the field, strapped some pads on, and we did our first little tackling drills and scrimmages, I went, oh yeah, that's right. This is fun. This is easy.
This is me. This is it.
I was like, this is a lot of fun. I can't believe I missed out on 2 years of this.
Yeah. But also, like, without those 2 years, maybe you would have got injured, because as they say, when you hesitate, you get injured. Maybe during that 2 years, if you'd have gone back, you would have got a very serious injury, maybe.
Yeah. If I'd gone back with my hard ass, scared attitude, I would have gone in for a tackle, done the good old Cam Newton during the Super Bowl and jumped backwards a little bit. And then I could have got injured. So, yeah. It might be a good thing. And then, it did get me to go play in America. So that's good.
Also, you ended up securing a spot.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, congrats. Which high school or college was it?
I went and did my senior year of high school. So I did year 12 of high school over there. It was in North Carolina. It was a small private school called Davidson Day School. And
how was it? Like, obviously it's a very different schooling system to Australia. How did you handle dealing with that?
Holy crap. It is amazing.
Oh, it's good, is it?
Oh yeah, like schooling wise, without aside from the football aspect, schooling wise, it is so easy.
Oh, okay.
It is ridiculously easy. Like because they separate everything. Like for maths, for instance, they separate it into terms of
specific math classes, not just maths in general.
In Australia, we do it all, and so things that they were learning, like in calculus stuff, I'd already learned in year 9.
Yep. Okay. Oh, wicked.
So yeah, schooling over there was really easy. Yeah. So I got to focus on football and just experience a lot more. But their football.
Did you go to any NFL games while you were there?
Yes, I went to 2.
Okay, which ones?
Carolina. I went to a North Carolina game.
Yep. Against who?
Might have been the Vikings, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll definitely be able to. I'll tell Viking that for sure.
Yeah, it might have been the Vikings.
Okay, as in Carolina Panthers against Vikings. Yeah. Wow, okay. And what was the other game, do you remember?
And the other one was, I know this one because my family came to visit me for this one. It was in New Jersey.
It was the Bears, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. I haven't seen the Bears. It was at MetLife Stadium. It was the Jets against the Patriots.
Oh, that would have been a good game.
It was pretty good. We were up in the nosebleed.
You got to see Tom Brady, though.
All you could hear was, fuck Tom Brady, fuck Tom Brady.
Oh, yeah, because it was Jets home stadium, yeah.
Yeah. The whole unreal.
Well, I mean, hey, nosebleed seats, it's still seats, and that's
still really cool.
That's amazing. Okay, and so that's your journey in your juniors and stuff. Now let's talk about your seniors, because the Centurions have definitely had a lot of success the last 2 years being back-to-back champions. First of all, how were those 2 seasons like for you guys?
They were interesting. Yeah. When I came back from America, I didn't play for another 2 years again just because of work and life and stuff. Yeah,
establishing life, all that. Yep.
That was during the period where one of our other competitors, the Firebirds, who are now UC Stars, I believe, that's what they've changed branding to. They were just on top of the world, just annihilating everyone.
They sound like they were the University of Sydney Lions version of Canberra.
Yeah. Yes, they again and again and again, season on.
Yeah. And now it's you guys are doing that.
Yes. And so then I came back. I think they beat us for one season. I think this is my third or fourth season now. I think this is. Yep.
Yeah. As in third, as in, 3 seasons of juniors and now your first season of seniors?
No, sorry. Back since America. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep.
4 seasons of seniors now.
Okay. Yep. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. When I came back, we had our 3 or 4 teams, I believe. But then since we've started actually really winning, it's only been in those singular team sort of. It's only been us against one other. Yeah, is kind of interesting. It's a very bizarre aspect.
Which also kind of brings in the question is in with the Gungahlin Wolves coming in, because as you said, the last 2 seasons, it's been you guys versus the Gladiators more or less for the last 2 years. Yeah. With the addition of a third team, it'll really mix it up a bit, really put a bit more, for lack of a better term, and excuse the pun, competition into the sport.
Yeah, definitely will. Our first winning championship season we played the UC Stars, the Firebirds.
Okay. Oh, so was that their last season? Because they're not in the anymore.
Yeah, their last season.
Did they go well?
They were really good. I think we did.
It's so strange hearing about that, isn't it? Like they were so successful, and then they just drop off out of nowhere. Was it because do you know because it was because of numbers, or was it?
It was a numbers sort of situation.
That's unfortunate.
They were able to play that season, and I think we either won 3-2 out of the best of 5, or 4-1. It was like they won a game, and they were very competitive in winning them, in competing with us against us. But then, I believe it was due to COVID or something like that. They just couldn't get the solid numbers to
even the sponsorship renewals because of COVID and businesses going under.
Say, hey, I'm definitely signing up for this season. It was more of I'm kind of interested. So,
gotcha.
They couldn't play, and the Gladiators stepped up and they joined back in for that season last season.
Yep,
played us all last season.
And how many games of the 5 did you win?
I think we only played 4 out of the 5 because the last one cancelled due to either COVID or something.
Or you probably won all 4 anyway, did you? Or?
We had already, yes.
Very dominant season for sure then.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's been pretty good. So we want to keep it going, which is going to be very nice.
And again, with the addition of the Gungahlin Wolves, it'll definitely be a very, now it's 3 teams, not just 2.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. It's when you play the same team again and again and again. And because
it'll get a bit monotonous.
Canberra's so small as well, I know who their running back is. I will know who their quarterback is. I know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So for me, I can play like a coverage, and I can play it not how you're meant to because I know what that quarterback's going to do.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas with the Gungahlin Wolves or a new club, it's like, oh, shit.
Exactly. I have no idea what the Wolves are going to be doing. We haven't seen their playbook. Luckily, they got to buy first game, so that they get to.
They're well rested, and they get to watch how your game went.
We would have loved that because we get to see what this brand new team's doing, and we can study them.
Well, I mean, maybe you can. Obviously, the juniors and the seniors, 2 very different teams, but maybe you can get a sense of somewhat of something from the juniors game. Maybe.
Yes, I have been looking at it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the players from the senior team are involved with the juniors team.
Yes,
like Adam Opliger, he's one of the, I think he's running back, or he's right tackle. Sorry,
right.
He was helping with the O lineman during the juniors game. So again, like even though they're playing, they're still getting influenced by the senior team.
Yeah, I was watching the juniors game last week, and they in the sideline and on the in the crowd, their whole seniors team was there.
Yeah, which is great to see. A great community thing to see, isn't it?
It was very good. They were all supporting them. When I was getting dressed, I was putting on my pads and stuff right next to them. And when the game ended, the juniors came over. The seniors were talking to them, going through what they need to do, some other things, what they did well. And I was like, okay. So they are very invested in it, which does suggest that I could look into their juniors team and try to see what I can find.
Well, that, and it also shows a little bit like maybe the Gungahlin Wolves are here to stay, not just a one-season wonders,
They test run. It's they've solidified themselves.
Well, exactly. I had the opportunity to interview / chat with Adam Opliger last week or the week before. It was one of the 2. Anyone who's listening to this can go and check it out. It's in episode 3. But the Gungahlin Wolves have actually been a team since about 2018, not an actual team that's taken the field, but they've been they started up the idea in 2018, but they've only been able to bring it to full fruition this year. So as you were saying, and as we were saying, it's definitely, they're here to stay now that they've got everything. I think we can, based off the juniors, fingers crossed, we can see great things from the Wolves to come this year, next year, and in years to come.
Yeah, as much as they're a competitor against us, and we're expecting them to be one of our main competitors, especially this season. We kind of want them to succeed because
you want them to succeed except in the final.
Yes, exactly. I'd be happy for them to win all of their games besides the few against us. We can be exact win to loss ratio all the way. We can play the final and then we win, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, because it means it's a good competitive season,
Exactly. And it means that we can keep them coming. Because I know.
Plus, this isn't meant to be a shot at the Gladiators, but basically each game that you guys play against the Gladiators and go and play against them, it's a bye week, more or less. I'm kidding. For reference to any Gladiators, because I know they do listen and watch this, I am just joking. I'm just shit stirring, I promise. Sorry, continue, mate.
And please don't hit me when you hear about this.
Yeah.
I have gotten in trouble for shit talking before, so.
Fair enough. Well, no, don't hit him too hard. That was all on me. Hit me if you want to hit anyway. I'm only joking. It's all a bit of good banter. Yes. So I guess we should wrap this up in about the next few minutes. So, yep. I will ask, who's been your inspiration? As you said, you've watched Gridiron and Chicago Bears and, from your family, friends, all through your life. But who would have been either in Australian Gridiron or in the NFL your inspiration to truly pursue Gridiron?
I'll start off with in Australia as not as so much as a player, just someone that influenced and helped.
Yep.
Is Peter Lilly, my old coach, the one who got me back into football. Mm-hmm. And Grant Frost, my current coach, because he has been my coach through juniors. He started off as my safeties coach. So yep, they really have helped me push through and continue playing. In terms of actual influences to, holy crap, I like football. This looks really cool. Yeah, it would have to be, I really, really love Brian Urlacher. Obviously, Bears, everything.
He was a great, as much as I hate the Bears, he was a great player.
He was an amazing player. But in terms of my position and what really made me go, safety looks, because I used to play corner and I was like, oh, it's kind of boring.
Yep.
I was like, I just run backwards fast. But safety, I was like, oh, Sean Taylor and the Legion of Boom. I was kind of like, okay. Yeah. Run around, fly around the field, hit people,
hit people. And absolutely.
I was like,
speaking of picks, have you got any picks during your career so far?
Last year I had one, which was
it a pick six or was it a pick?
No, it was a pick. No. It was a really poor season for me last year. The year before that, I think I had 3.
Okay.
And this season, I had 3 in the first half of the last game.
Fuck, man of the match that is, or defensive man of the match. Have you ever got a pick 6?
I got one in one of my juniors games. That was it. I haven't had one since, and I am fuming.
Yeah.
And
because they are very hard to come by, but they are very hard to come by. Mate, I reckon this year, given you got 3 last game, I reckon this season you'll get a pick 6. I don't know who it'll be against or when it'll be, but you'll get one.
I hope so. And if they're going to throw it, if they could throw it within the 20-yard line, because I can't run that fast.
or with it, even if it's in first and goal. Oh, wait, no.
I'll be more than happy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was going to say, if it's your first and goal, but you're in your first and goal, but they're the defending. Yeah,
yes,
you get what I mean. Yeah,
I'll be more than happy.
In their end zone.
Yes, the less I have to run, the better.
Exactly. You know what? Just Tom Brady it. Against the Saints. No, remember against the Saints the other week where Tom Brady literally threw. It literally was so good. He basically in all honesty, I had to name him the MVP, but for the Saints for that week, because that pass was so clean. It looked almost like he planned to pass it to the Saints player.
Yeah. He could have just
that type of pick 6 would be great.
That would be amazing. I'd be more than happy.
Because he didn't even have to stretch. He literally just
thanks, mate.
Ran. Yeah. Literally. I was like, there was not a single Bucks player near that guy. So it literally makes me think Brady intentionally threw the game a little bit. He didn't, but it definitely seemed like it.
He was going off the old Bucks and Saints Jamie Winston routine.
Yes.
He had to fill in. Jameis wasn't playing. He was like, oh, you know what? Here we are.
You know what? Let's get the Saints the win. Let's go. Clutch. Anyway, mate, I think that about wraps it up. So thank you very much for joining us. And I reckon I'll get you on at the end of the ACT Gridiron Capital Bowl season, do a season recap of the Centurions.
Yeah, more than happy to. Awesome. This has been great. Thank you.